Good day everyone. My name is Okorishesa from digitize. On today's lecture, I'll be talking on the easier way to digitize with less eye stressing. One thing I've experienced or one thing I've learned since the time I've been digitizing is that it's always been difficult to digitize. One of the problems is the resolution of the imagery that someone needs to digitize. Now, even though if you need to search for a map from the web, sometimes it's always been difficult. And also there might be a time whereby you don't need to download an imagery directly. One of the problems in digitizing an image is that you need a higher resolution imagery for you to digitize. Sometimes, then imagine that you are asked to digitize an area of land that is almost like, let me say, an area of land that is up to 50 hectares of land. And it will be difficult for you to capture all the building within the site. If you even zoom to the extent on the gotten image, it will be because some other thing to be blown, then you find it hard to digitize. But another thing is that if you get an imagery and you want to digitize it, another thing you need to do is you need to georeference it, which is very important, whereby you're taking it to GIS software to georeference before you start digitizing. But now today, on today's lecture, I'll be teaching you the simplest way of doing it. Then what we're going to do now is that I'm going to launch my Google Earth. Then I've already launched my Google Earth and it's launching. What we're going to do now, I will advise you, just choose anywhere you like, any place you like within the sphere. I'm going to somewhere in Nsukka. And Nsukka is a local government in Enugu State, in Nigeria. It's loading. It's loading. This is Nsukka, as you can see on the interface of the Google Earth. Then how we're going to the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. The symbol, can you see now, University of Nigeria, so that we can be able to use it as an example of my explanation. As you can see now, this is an image of University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I've already connected my system to network. That's the reason why I can be able to zoom in and zoom out and press R, so that you will straighten the imagery. You can see now, and the more you keep zooming in, the more clearer it is. But it is still preferable than saving an imagery. But the most important thing is that when people are trying to digitize, they try to look for a clear, high resolute imagery. But sometimes it's very difficult for mostly students, for academic purposes and other things. But with the help of Google Earth, we'll be using this Google Earth application to source for our necessary thing that you want to use and the best way to digitize. Then, as you can see now, one thing that is very super peculiar about Google is that in each location has different high resolution. Like now, for example, area like some notable area in Nigeria, like Abuja, Lagos State, have higher resolution more than the other places in Nigeria. Then you might try to compare or try to look for what I'm trying to say, or try to look the higher resolute area. Then, as you can see from this Google Earth now, you can see that this is University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Then one thing you just have to do for you now to get started now, then because Google Earth is a GIS application whereby you can source imagery, and also you can digitize, also you can do other things on Google Earth. But one thing you just have to do is that digitizing directly from Google Earth, it will allow us to avoid georeferencing again. We don't need to georeference once we are digitizing on Google Earth. Not like I'm not saving the image here, whereby I will save the image, I will not import it to GIS software for me to use. No, I'm not going to do that. But anything I'm going to do now, all the tracing I'm going to make here now, I'll be doing it here on this Google Earth. Then the first thing I have to do is that from this your dialog here, at your left hand side, right click. Once you right click, just right click anywhere at the upper side, or you can just click on this my place, click on my place and right click, and once you right click you see add. Once you see the add, you click on folder. Once you click on folder, just name it to anything your preferable name you want to do. But because I'll be naming it building, because I want to trace, let me say I want to digitize building and some little road. Then once you do that one, then you can see now you have already created a folder. Then what we are now going to do now, we are going to be looking for a place within this area, which is not necessarily it has to be let me say we are going to digitize everything. But you know that I'm not going to do everything, but it would be better for me to use this side for the purpose of this digitizing. Then as you can see now, we'll be digitizing all the number of the buildings that are here now, all the total number of the buildings that are here. Then what we're going to do now, the first thing I told you to do is to create a folder. By creating a folder is by right clicking on this place, add and folder. Then once you do that one, then it automatically creates a folder by itself. It's on the folder now. Then make sure that you selected on the folder. Once you selected on the folder, click on hard part. Don't use polygon. What you're going to do is not like if you are trying to digitize and export it to like ArcGIS or GIS software. I will have advised you to use polygon, but because I'm not going to be exporting this thing to ArcGIS software, I'll be importing it to AutoCAD. And that's the reason I'm asking you to use hard part. Once you now use hard part, click on hard part. Then make sure that you select the properties of this hard part. You can name it. Let me say this is a building A. Then once you name it building A, then go to the style and color. Once you come to the style and color, click on the type of the color you want it to be. Click anyone. Once you pick red so that it will be more transparent. Then click on the width of the line. Then I would prefer using 3. Then once I click on 3, then what I just have to do now is just to zoom. When I zoom, I can zoom to my S10. When I zoom, then I can now just press how. I press out. Once I press out, it straighten the thing so that to make it the thing look parallel. That's it. Then for what I'm not going to do now, I will just started tracing. Then once I do that, I will just move this, join it to this one. Then this is A. Well, then if you want the purpose of us, if you try and see how these red boundary lines that you are seeing here, if you try and tell the side by here, you will see that all these red lines now are saved under this folder that we created, which is building. Then each of these building that has been traced now are saved under the building. Like now, this is building A, B, C, D. You can see now they all saved under the building, because the reason why, that's why I said to earlier that what you just have to do before you start tracing our digitizing now is to create a folder. And once you create a folder, and then you click on the hard part and use the hard part to be digitizing the shape of the building. And then okay, have done those ones that will take time, but I deserve this so that I can show you how to digitize on Google Earth. Then like I said, basically click on hard part. Once I click on hard part, I'll name it. Once I name it, because I stopped here at P, then OP, this will now be Q. Then after doing that, then I will look at it. If you check here, if you check work, you can see, let me zoom in work. You can see, if you check where, you can see the shadow here. The shadow. You don't need to trace the shadow. Just look carefully. This is the bottom of the building. This is the bottom of the building. The bottom of the building is here. Then is either you trace the bottom of the building or you keep it on the shape of the roof. Like now, if I put it here, like this, 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 like this. Yes, then I will just put this thing close to the adjust everything well. Then you can see now this is how to digitize on Google Earth. Then because I've already named it, I will just press OK. As I press OK, right, the thing saved directly under the building folder. Then you can see the number, all the names of all the shapes or the building that I've already digitized from A to Q. Then imagine, let me say you wish to put the road. Then you can still click on your hard part. Then look at the center of this. You can look at the center, or you might wish to draw it. You might wish to draw it the way it is. By doing that, you just go this way, go this way, go this way. Then let me just stop somewhere here. Yes. Then once you do that one, then if you know that you stop here, you want to continue here, then you can't just, for you now to jump here now, you need to, because you can see here this one is showing a blue color compared to this one is showing a red color. If you put the constant on it, it's changed to green color. Then what you just have to do is that you put it here. This is how it is. Then you press OK. Then you can name it if you wish, or you might wish to leave it that way. Maybe the name is R1. Then so that that means road 1. Then you can also go this way. Continue from here and let it go this way. Then it can be R2. Okay. Then you might also wish to demarcate this part, this area differently. Then what you just have to do, go back to your, press on R, zoom in, press on R so that it's reflecting the imagery. Then click on the hard part. Then start from here, go this way. Then just make sure that you follow the track of the road. Then if you do that one, you see, you can just save this one, R3. Then OK. Then once you do that one, then look well. Then if there's another thing that you know that you need to put, that important feature that you need to put inside, make sure that you put it inside. Like now, there's a road here. Am I rich? Then just put R4. Okay. Then, and if you are done, as you can see, all what we have digitized now, it is saved under this building folder. Then what you're now going to do now is to click on the building folder, right click on it, and click on Save As. As we are clicking on Save As, all the subset features under the building are going to save directly. So by the time we are trying to import it to where we're going to use it, either on georeferencing software or AutoCAD software, then it's going to include all the subsets inside the building. Then what you just have to do, right click on the building. Once you right click on the building, click on Save As. When you save as, click on Save As. Then under the Save As tab, click on KML. Then look for a destination for where you can save it. Then you just maintain the name of the folder, which is building. Then you press OK. Then if you do that one, then which means that we are already done with the digitizing on Google Earth. Then what next is by importing this now, what we digitize here into either AutoCAD or ArcGIS or any related GIS software. But based on this lecture, I'm not going to import this to ArcGIS, because importing this thing to ArcGIS now is going to take a lot of time. The major reason why I'm using AutoCAD, so that you see that AutoCAD importing KML to AutoCAD is faster than importing it to ArcGIS. Then for now, because I'm already done with the use of Google Earth now, because I've already traced what I want to trace, then I will just have to, I can minimize it or close it. Then as you can see, this is the name of the KML file that we created. Then as you can see now, then all the buildings that we created are inside this building folder. Then what we're now going to do now is that there is a plugin that we need to add to AutoCAD so that we'll be able to run this KML, because it is not that AutoCAD doesn't normally run this KML file. But let me just see. Let me try to see now. Let me open. I'm trying to open my AutoCAD software. Then I finish opening now. Then because I'm using 213 AutoCAD software, then let me check if there are any command related to KML. Let me check KML. No, there's nothing like that on this AutoCAD 213. But one thing I don't want you to show that I want to show you that I'll be going online to download a plugin from Imra Anos blogs. Then what I just have to do is now I will load my Google Chrome. Then I might find it. Let me say I don't really know the URL of the website, but let me just search Imra. See, okay, you can see Imra Anos. As you can see Imra Anos. Let me search, enter. Then now is the first content on the Google Chrome web page. Then I can click on Imra Anos. Then now, as you can see from Imra Anos now, then what we're going to see now, you can see many plugin articles that the man has created on his website. But what we're going to use is this special tool to import KML in AutoCAD. Then just click on the drop down to read more. Once you click on the drop down to read more, but scroll down, then you can see here, you can see the DLL can be downloaded from here. But I can just tell you, you might wish to go through this article. It is a very, very good article because I've read it, and that's why I now say, let me try and use it as a this week tutorial, because it is a very good tutorial. Because imagine for me now, if I finish digitizing, now what I'll usually do is I will ensure that after digitizing on Google Earth, I will have to export it to GIS. After GIS, it's very tedious. I can't even write it, but with this now, it's very easy for me. Export KML to AutoCAD. Then I will just click on there. I'll click on to download. Now I will click here. I will just click on this. Once I click on this now, then it's going to link to the website to download the DLL. Then because initially I've already downloaded it in, I don't need to download it again. But that's it. I just want the reason why I show you this thing now, so that you know how I got the plugin that I'm going to use on this AutoCAD. Then I'm going to run this. Then because I've already run to my AutoCAD, then what you are not going to do is that there's a command that you need to press, which is net load. Once you see net load, click on it. Then look for because I've already downloaded the thing before, that's why I named it as AutoCAD plugin. Then the special 2DLL. When you click on the special 2DLL, open it. Once you open it, then what you are going to do now is just press this command KML. Can you see KML in? Then it has brought the the command. Before initially when we tried to do it before, it didn't bring this KML because we've already launched the plugin, and that's the reason why it brought out this KML. Then what you just have to do is press enter. Once you press enter, check for the destination of the KML file that we created, and you can see that this is the KML file that we created. I'm going to click on it and press on load. See? Can you see now? Then if we try and observe from Google Earth that we trace now, I say I name everything under the building based on alphabet like A, B, C, D. Then the same thing here now. If you try and check it on this AutoCAD now, you can see now that it is faster and easier for you to manipulate. You don't need to be taking it to ArcGIS. From ArcGIS, you need to convert it again to AutoCAD for you to use it. It's very tedious. I won't lie for you. Because even this one, but if not because I'm trying to use this as an explanation, by the time you started using it now, by the time you're used to it now, it will take you like 5 minutes to process it. Once you finish digitizing it from the Google Earth, it won't take him 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes for you to get this thing. Then you need now, if you click on each of these features now, you can see from the layer property, you can see now. Then what you just have to do now, you can see the name of each of the features that I created on Google Earth, which I named. You can see now. Then the same thing, it replicated their name and added it to each of the building footprints. Then you can see that this is the easier way to digitize on Google Earth with lesser high stressing. You can see now. Then you don't really need to georeference again, because all these things have been specially georeferenced automatically, because you got this feature are gotten from the Google Earth. Then you don't need, if you try and check here and check the coordinate, because my coordinate setting is I've already set my coordinate setting in UTM. That, you see, UTM, the Universal Transfer Mercator. Then if you try and check on the Google Earth, on the AutoCAD platform, it's the same thing. Then if you just want to know, then you can start manipulating or modifying the necessary things that you need, and those ones that you need and you don't need again. Then I think with this, I will be handing the lecture on easier way to digitize with lesser eyes stressing. I still remain my name, Akwadi, and I really hope you really enjoyed this brief lecture. Thanks.